is the story Raven, and I'll be telling you a shelf story today. Now, this is the shelf story. This is a story about a young kitten and her adventures, and then the following adventures of her kitten. So this will be a long one. There was once a panther. She was born to a bunch of lions. She was the smartest, renowned. Her story will be said later. She later met a boxer. Now, she thought she could never take a mate. She had a duty to her pack, her tribe, and her colony. To be as good and as great she must be. No mates, no kids, no distractions. But they fell in love. And one day, she was expecting. They were mates. They made it official. And she stepped down from being the wisest, giving that to the medic. Later, to them, a soft gray kitten with pink ears, a pink nose and the fur around it, pink around the eyes and the paws, and a bit white. She was beautiful. Her mother loved her with all her heart. When the kitten was old, well, not very old, but old enough, teenager, her father contracted a sickness. Then her mother caught it, along with a few other people in the tribe, a young shepherd dog, a pony or German shepherd, and a princess. Now, they developed a cure, but not after her father died, and her mother. Then they were able to cure the last ones, leaving her alone, an orphan. Every day, all the young ones would get together. And you could tell who was going to be mates by who they hung around. She personally liked one boy, but he was the popular one. She didn't want to drive him down. He was a young wolf, strong and healthy, part of a great bloodline of an amazing wolf that never, ever flinched. He was known for it. He used to rule this place. He was the king, not a horse, as the king was now. But some things don't change. Well, one day she went out onto a cliff. She stood and stared at the moon. She had ran away crying because of her mother's death. Unbeknownst to her, her guardian, a buffalo, the princess, and the young wolf had followed her. The guardian stood beside her, staring at the moon, while the young wolf lurked in the forest behind. Then he walked up. We talked and talked. The guardian scooted off a bit more into the shadows, just waiting and smiling to herself. On that mountain, they shared their first kiss. They met many days after that. But then one day, she said, "I'm expecting kids." He immediately knew that they were his. He didn't know what to do. Then she spoke. It's okay. I won't say you're the father. You can pick any mate you like. You don't need to be dragged down with me." He consented, but not without a heavy heart. and soon her tiny, fluffy little ball of gray fur was born. She was beautiful, beyond recognition. Beautiful blue eyes sparkled. There were many birds at that time. A young golden retriever, a young tan cat. They were born, and then later there would be a white kitten with black ears. Now, as this kitten grew up, she fell in love with the young retriever, but slowly, one day, she and her mother stood. They were getting their usual bombardments from those who thought she would never fallen in love with a rogue, as she had told them she did. Then all of a sudden, he stood up for her. Everyone had been pressuring him to get a mate, but he was tired of it. He stood up and told them all that she was his mate, and that this was his daughter. Of course, the young kitten had known this all along, but held on to her father tight anyways, congratulating him for being brave enough. The kitten and the golden retriever did love each other, and the father consented eventually. But the young tan cat wanted the golden retriever more than the world. One day, the young kitten went off with the future prince. A young foal that had been born earlier that day. Still very young, but eager to adventure, the prince eagerly wished to go. They traveled for a long time. And then, loose stones fell at their feet. The kitten landed headfirst into a plant, and the prince skidded and landed halfway in the sea. After shaking off, he went to see if the kitten was okay. She had landed, and the juice of the plant had gotten in her eyes. They had gone to a cave and they rested. Meanwhile, the tan cat was trying to seductively lure the golden retriever closer to her, just so she could smell the sun. They were all talking about the disappearance. Many were outraged at the future prince's disappearance. He was very young and he was expected to rule. He couldn't be foolish and foolhardy as he was being. But people are how people are, and no one and nothing can change that. Well, one day, kitten and a horse returned. The kitten was clinging strangely to the horse's back, and the horse carried her the whole way to her bed before letting her off. The kitten and the prince sadly announced. The kitten looked at them all, but there was something different. Her eyes showed no real color, no light, no shine to them. I am blind. 3 words broke his heart. It's okay, it's okay. Blindness is only a little temporary thing. We'll get through it, I'm sure we will. Don't you know? Blindness is forever. It can never go away. No matter how much you wish it. He couldn't hear any of it. And he never would. Or never would try to. No, things happen, and things will always happen. They stayed in love. They technically, if you could be, became girlfriend and boyfriend. The cat, of course, still wanted him. Then later, her mother and her father left go on the journey that the old ones do, so that soon their bodies may be reused for when their children are grown up. And this is where my story must end. But you will learn soon what else happened.